Alright guys, welcome back. This is Bad Senator. So, if any of you watched The Amazing Race last night, you would have known that, spoiler alert, Jessica and Cody won The Amazing Race Season 30. Now, while I was watching The Amazing Race Season 30, it was pretty easy to tell that Jessica was kind of like a liberal Democrat, and Cody was probably a conservative Republican. Now, I'm actually doing this in the footsteps of Let's Talk Elections. He posts YouTube videos for election matchups, some unrealistic, like this one, some realistic, and some that are just insane, like Donald Trump versus Santa Claus. But yeah, those are the kind of videos he makes, and I decided to make a video like this too, celebrating their win in the Amazing Race last night, or 2 nights ago, rather. So I think Jessica, the Democrat, would appeal to two groups. She would appeal to progressives, and she would appeal to women. Now, women, there isn't really a big concentration of women in any specific state, so that alone isn't going to win her anything. But I think you have Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, the West Coast. Progressives would come out in big numbers for her, as well as some of the areas on the East Coast, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Maine, except for that one congressional district that is a toss-up. I'll put that as battleground for now. And then New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland, as well as Illinois. Chicago is a very progressive place, so she would probably win in Chicago and then win Illinois because Chicago just has a big population that completely overpowers the rest of Illinois, and also she would win the District of Columbia, of course, because no Republican has won ever in the District of Columbia. All right, now we have Cody. Cody is a proud patriot. He's a veteran, proud patriot, and he's also a social conservative, as we have seen. So I think he would win a lot of the social conservative states out west here, and then for both reasons, he would win the Deep South as well, including Texas and some of the areas in the upper Midwest as well. Nope, why did I click that? That's solidly blue. And then I think he would win Kentucky and West Virginia because I think he would appeal like the coal miners there. And Indiana is another social conservative state that I think Cody would win. And I also think that these states would definitely go to him as well because they voted Republican so consistently over the years that I don't see them voting for a progressive in Jessica. Let's mark on our battlegrounds now. This means that we have... I left Alaska blank on purpose. I'll explain why in a minute. But as we can see, we have 192 electoral votes that are currently battleground. So let's go through them. I think Alaska will be won by Cody. Now, the reason I left it toss-up was because I think Jessica would come close because Cody has said he denies climate change. And that could be offensive to some people like in northern Alaska, who climate change is literally changing their lives right now. I mean, I hate to express one of my own political opinions, but climate change is just a fact. And, I mean, sorry, but climate change is just a fact. If you want to convince me otherwise, comment down below. But I think that climate change is real, and it's affecting people in northern Alaska. And I think some of them may be offended by Cody's denial of climate change. It would break for Jessica, but I think, Southern Alaska, by far, makes up the larger population of the state. And because the state has voted so consistently for Republicans that I don't think a few northern voters in Alaska that are voting for Jessica would cause the state to go for Jessica. The state would still be a solid Republican state, a solid Cody state, a solid red state. Okay, now I think because Cody is a social conservative, he would also appeal to many of the voters in those 3 states down there, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. It would be closer because those states are traditionally closer, but I think he would end up winning out. And also these 3 states also voted for Trump, and I think Cody would appeal to a lot of people Trump appealed to. So for those 2 reasons, I think he would win those 3 states. In addition, he would win Ohio and Iowa, same reason he appeals to a lot of the people that Trump appealed to. Now let's mark off some states for Democrat Jessica. I think that you have a lot of progressives in Minnesota, which would vote for her more progressives than people think. And it would be close, just like Minnesota was close in 2016. But I think Jessica would eke out a win there. Now, I have a lot of areas here, like in the Northeast, and I think the Northeastern Progressive is a group that Jessica would really appeal to. And because of that, I think she would win New Hampshire, Virginia, and that one electoral vote up there in Maine. And now, so let's go down to the Southwest here. Southwest, now, I'm really not convinced Jessica would have that much of, like, influence on Latinos voting. Latinos are a large voting group down here, and they usually decide elections down here. Now, keep in mind that Latinos, while they do vote majority for Democrats in most elections, they're the single minority group that breaks the most for Republicans. So, like, I think it's 30-70 or something like that. Clinton, Trump for Latinos across the country, while for blacks it was like 90-10. And I don't think that Jessica could really be as much of the champion of Latinos as Hillary would be, or as Hillary was, rather. I think because of that, she would lose some states in the Southwest. I think she would lose Arizona. Oops, didn't mean to mark that blue, meant to mark that red. And also Arizona is a social conservative state, so you have that going for Cody as well. He would also win in Nevada. Now, I also think that Jessica would actually end up winning Colorado and New Mexico, despite her lack of appeal to Latino voters. In Colorado is a very progressive state, and I think that, obviously the progressives would like Jessica, so that would go for Jessica. In New Mexico, I think that the state has voted so consistently for Democrats over the past few years that I think that you would actually need a Latino Republican in order to win New Mexico, as we didn't really need that before. And obviously Cody isn't that, and I think that will cause New Mexico to go for Jessica. And then we got the Rust Belt. Rust Belt here we have Michigan. Wow. Michigan. I just made up a new state, almost like Nambia. We're gonna make out the 51st state right here, Michigan. It'll be like this island right here, Michigan. Okay, enough about Michigan. I think that Wisconsin and Michigan. Oh my goodness, I'm messing up. Wisconsin and Michigan would both go to Cody. Again, because he appeals to a lot of the same people Trump appeals to, and I think he is. He's not Trump, so some of the never Trump conservatives would also vote for him. And I think that would be winning coalition in those two states. In Pennsylvania would be the closest, I think, to a true toss-up. But I think it would barely go for Jessica. And I just think that because I think some of the Northeastern progressives, as I mentioned earlier, would definitely break for Jessica a lot. And I think that you have a lot of Northeastern progressives there in northern Pennsylvania, areas like Scranton, Philadelphia, a lot of those areas. So I think those would tilt the scale just enough to allow Jessica to win. Thank you for watching this. I'll have a Minecraft video up this weekend, another EAS video sometime next week, and also MHC is starting again next week as well on Friday. See you guys in those videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!